this is Brian with Alpha Training, and this tutorial is going to focus on copying slides from one PowerPoint presentation to another. I'm going to show you sort of an older technique that's very quick and effective and works in a lot of cases, but then I'm going to show you a new official slide copy technique that actually has some really nice features built into it. First thing we need to do is we need to open up both of the presentations. So as you can see here, I've got two very different looking presentations. I've opened them up and I've put them side by side. Now in the past, if you wanted to copy a slide from one slideshow to another, a very easy way to do this would be to just drag and drop them from one slideshow to the next. Now you can do this from the normal view, but I find it better if you go up to View and then put yourself in the slide sorter view for each of these presentations. And the only reason for doing this is so you can see more of the slides at once. Now if I wanted to take this slide here with the two people fencing and I want to copy that over to the slideshow on the left, I can just click and hold on this slide and drag it from the right side of the screen to the left side of the screen. Notice that wherever I place my cursor in between two slides, there's a little vertical gray line that pops up, and that's an indicator to tell me that this is where the slide is going to be dropped. So if I let go, then the slide goes into that position. Now also notice that the slide took on the color scheme and the design scheme of the slideshow that you put it into, so it took on the destination theme. Now I'm going to undo that. If I were to take this slide from the left and drag it over to the right and drop it off, then notice it also takes on the design scheme of the destination slide deck. Now I'm going to undo that. But what if you want to take a slide and move it from one slide deck to another, but you don't want to inherit the destination theme? You want to keep the look and the feel from the slide deck that you came from. So in the case of this chart on the right, if I were to take it and drag it over from the left side to the right side and drop it off, then everything color-wise changes. Well, right after you let go, you drop that off, there's going to be a paste options button that appears in the lower right corner of the slide. And I'm going to click that, and then there are two options. And you can see just by hovering over this, it says keep source formatting on the left and use destination theme on the right. So the default is to use the destination's theme to inherit. But if I said no, I don't want to inherit, I want to go back the way I looked, then you can just click keep source formatting and you're exactly the way you were in the other slide deck. Now the catch to this is you have to do this immediately. Right after you drop the slide, you have to come over here and make this decision, because if you go and you do anything else in the presentation, if you add any content or edit anything, then this button will disappear and you will have lost your opportunity. But you can switch back and forth as many times as you like right here at the very beginning. So I can check it out and say, okay, that's the way it looked in the old way, and this is how it looks in the new way. So that's the more traditional method for getting a slide from one presentation to another. Now let's look at the more up-to-date version. A more up-to-date method for accessing slides from another slideshow is to go up to the Home tab and hit the lower part of the new slide button, and at the very bottom you will see an option that says Reuse Slides. When I click on that, this opens up a pane on the right side of the screen. Now the advantage to using this pane is, with the previous technique that I demonstrated, you had to have both slideshows open. So if you want to pull slides from 3 or 4 different presentations, you're going to have to do a lot of opening, copying, closing, opening the next one, copy, close, and lather, rinse, repeat. With this method, the Reuse Slides, you can come up here and hit the Browse button and choose Browse File, and then go out and point to the PowerPoint slideshow that you're interested in. So I'm going to go open up the Corporate Overview presentation. This will show you little thumbnails of all of the slides from that presentation. I'm going to take my mouse and I'm going to click between the two slides where I want to drop the newly inserted slide, and then I can come over here and hover and get a larger preview. So if some of these slides are a little difficult to read, you can hover over them and figure out exactly which one is which. But now that I have my drop point here between slides 6 and 7, I can come over and I can, with a click, just insert that slide. Now of course it is going to inherit the destination theme. So if I were to undo that, If I knew that I wanted to keep the colors and the design scheme of this slide, then down here at the bottom, I'm going to check Keep Source Formatting. That way, when I come up and I click this slide, it retains the design of the source. So I can come up and click between these two slides and then say, give me the slide with the bullseye. I could say, well, let's go ahead and inherit the design for the next one. So I'll click between these two slides and say, go ahead and give me this one. Now I can go through here and just browse out and go find another presentation. And notice I can even open the same presentation that I'm actually working in and pull slides from myself. So I could say, go ahead and give me another financial overview, give me another highlights of past year, give me another goals for next period. And as you move from slide deck to slide deck, if you find yourself pulling slides from the same handful of slide decks over and over, then there will be a drop-down list that will have a history, so you can just go back and say, okay, let's go ahead and open up this particular presentation, or let's open up that presentation. So those are your options. You can either use this more up-to-date version of the reuse slides feature, or you can use the more traditional drag and drop method as long as you have the two presentations viewable side by side. For more tips and tricks on PowerPoint, be sure to visit the PowerPoint training library on AlphaNet. Have a great day.